So this is a tutorial on Excel. I'm going to be showing you how to do some simple tasks in Microsoft Excel 2010. And the first thing that I want you to see is how you get into opening this software. So most of the time what you do is you click here on the Start button, you go to All Programs, and you find the folder that says Microsoft Office. You click on that folder and then you can find Microsoft Excel 2010. This tutorial can also be helpful if you are working with a different version of the software. For instance, you might have Microsoft Excel 2013 installed in your computer. Okay, so that being said, we can continue with the tutorial. The first thing that I want you to see is how you create a new workbook. So Excel uses workbooks, what we call workbooks, to manage data. So if you want to create a new workbook, let me close the one that we have open already. You go to one of the tabs at the top. You'll see that you have multiple tabs, including File, Home, Insert, Page Layout, and so on. We're going to be using the first tab called File. And in here, you're going to go to New. You're going to click New, and in here you're going to select the blank workbook. You can go to this Create button on your right, or you can double click on the blank workbook icon, and then the new workbook will show up. The next thing that I want you to see is how you enter data. So basically you can click an empty cell, for example cell A1, so column A, row 1, and if you click that cell, you can type any number inside this cell. So let me type 12. Then you press enter or tab to move to the next cell. So if you press enter, you'll go to the next row. If you hit tab in your keyboard, you'll go to the next column. So let me enter multiple numbers here. I'm going to be entering information using the same column. So 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. One of the things, or maybe the goal of Excel is basically help you to perform some mathematical operations using this spreadsheet format. So it will facilitate a lot of computations. Usually when you have a big set of data that you want to perform some data analysis, Excel is very good with that. Some of the things that you can do is, for instance, use the autosum to add your data. So when you have entered numbers in your sheet, you may want to add them up. A fast way to do this is by using the autosum. So you're going to select the cell to the right or below the numbers you want to add. So let me select this one. Then you're going to click Home. Which is this tab, and then you're gonna go to autosum, which is the bottom right here. So if you click there, you'll see this formula showing up in cell A7. That cell will add up all the data that is over the column. So if you hit enter, the summation of these cells 1 to 6 is 42. Now I'm going to show you how to create a simple formula, but before we go to that, let me show you some editing that you can do to make things easier. So for instance, you can click on top of this data set and you can go to this font options. If you go to this bottom, you can hit this arrow and it will give you some options to highlight some of the cells. So I want to put some borders around these numbers. So if you click all borders, this is how the column will look like now. So I know that this corresponds to my data, and that 42 is the summation of that data. So how do you create a formula? So adding numbers is just one of the things that you can do, but Excel can do other math too. For example, we can try several formulas for subtraction, multiplication, and division of your numbers. So first thing that you're going to do, let's say we want to add those two numbers. We're going to select one of the cells, any empty cell from your spreadsheet. And the first thing you're going to do is to hit the equality sign. So you're going to hit equal, and then you're going to enter. That's going to tell Excel that this cell will contain a formula. So every time you put an equation, an equality or an equation sign, an equality sign or equal sign, that will tell Excel that you're gonna type a formula. So let's type a combination of numbers and calculation operators like the plus sign. So if I want to add 4 plus 4, I can do 4 plus 4, and Excel will compute the total. If we want to do multiplication, we can do 4 star 4. That's gonna multiply 4 times 4, and that's 16. If you want to subtract two numbers, again you use the equal sign. You go 4 minus 4, and that will equal 0. And the next operator that we're going to show you is the division. So you can hit equal sign, 4 divided by, so this sign, the backslash sign, is used for division. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. If you have some data already as part of your spreadsheet, you can also use this information and perform some operations. So for instance, let's see, I want to sum two of these cells. So I want to add the first two cells, 12 and 10. So again, you're going to go and hit equal. You're going to go click on top of the cell with 12. That's going to show A1, which is the location of the cell, and it will contain some data. So the formula is going to use that data that is located in that cell to perform the operation. So if I want to add A1, which is 12 plus 10, which is located in A2, I do A1 plus A2, which is 10, and then hit enter. That's going to be equal to 22. Same thing for multiplication. Multiply. You can do same thing, equal sign, 12 times 10, and that's 120. So that's an introduction to formulas. Something else that you can do is to distinguish between different types of numbers, or add a format like currency, percentages, or dates. So let's select the cells that you have that have numbers you want to format. So 12, let's say we want to select any other type of format for these numbers. So if we go click on that number and then go here to this menu, which is the number format, you'll see that Excel is going to provide you with some um, properties, different properties of different formats for your data. So the first one is general, no specific format. The other one is going to add a dot, so it's more for if you want to add some decimal places to your numbers. So let me hit that one. Since it is 12, it would show up 12.00 because we have no information for the decimal places. Currency is going to add that um, dollar sign in front of the number. Accounting is about the same. Basically what it changed is the way the dollar sign is located. You can have also the date, so this will represent the 12th of January of 1900. Time, let's say what else, fraction, scientific format, let's see what else we have, and that's all. So I'm going to keep the general format, but I just wanted to show you that that's an option. Let's say what else I can show you for this first tutorial. Um, so we went through simple operators like the summation, division, multiplication, and subtraction. I show you the formulas. Um, let's see. One more thing that we can do is to show your data in a chart. So let me see. Let's make this information more real. So I'm going to add another column here. Basically, this is going to be representing a new set of information. So again, let me show you how I did that. If I want to add a new column before this column, I can highlight this whole column by clicking on top of the A, and then I can right click, go to insert, and it will include a new column. So what I want to do is to create some labels for the data. Let's say this label data represent January, this one represents February, March, April, May, and June. So we have some data for each one of the months. So I now want to show that information into a chart. So the quick analysis tool recommends the right chart for your data and give you a visual representation in just a few clicks. So the first thing we're going to do is to select the data that we want to plot in this graph. And then we're going to go to data. We're going to go to insert. And if you go to insert, you have a menu here for the different type of charts that you can create. So let's say I want to create a column chart. So I hit here, it gives you so many options. So you have 2D options, 3D options, and so on. And I'm going to click the first one. So Excel is going to generate the graph for you. So as you can see, you have January, February, March, April, May, and June, and you have the totals for each month. If you want to modify the data that you have, you can click on top of the graph and the chart tools menu is gonna show up. So if you're not clicking on top of the graph, let's say I click this cell, that menu is gonna disappear. So for that menu to show up, you have to hit or click on top of the chart, and then you're gonna have some new tabs that show up. If you go to the design, that gives you the opportunity to change the type of chart. So if you click there, you can also create for instance, a line chart. So if I go here, I click on the first one, this is gonna change the way the data is plotted. Also, let me go back here. If I want to create a 3D graph, I can go here to the 3D cluster column, click there and click OK. That's going to show you the 3D graph. Um, so that's it. So that's basically some preliminary stuff that you can do with Excel. Really encourage you to explore the software and try to come up with new ideas. The software is very easy to, I think Microsoft has done a good job in trying to make most of the things self-explanatory, but these tutorials are very helpful. So I will continue adding some extra tutorials in the future, so I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you.